So, welcome back to the Last Shot podcast with me, All Things Wrestling, Stefan, and for the first time ever, Ben!
Hello!
How are you doing today, Stefan?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
We're doing good, we're doing good.
Doing good. Good.
Shout out to Lindsay for interrupting the first time we started this.
Yeah, this is the second time.
We love you, Lindsay!
Yeah. Okay, first off, ratings. Raw improved by nearly 100,000 viewers for this week's Raw, which was good. They didn't do that well in the first hour, but the second and third hour were much better than last week. Especially the third hour that got over 2.1, which is pretty good rating for the third hour.
I don't know what the fuck was with option last week.
Raw was alright this week.
What did you think, Ben, of the book Raw if you had a chance to see it now?
Yeah, Raw was good. Raw was good.
Yeah. Okay.
But let's move on to the most important one of the week. The AEW versus NXT ratings.
And for the fourth week running, AEW has won the battle.
Yep, they've dropped below 1 million for the first time, but still holding very strong numbers. We're at 963,000, but both NXT and AEW had competition from the World Series and NBA, so they were never going to realistically do that well against those two big conglomerates on TV.
Yeah, I mean, there's also baseball, so MLB, so all things that people are watching. And why would you watch WWE if you know there is something else? But yeah, I mean, AEW wins again, as expected.
And NXT drew 698,000 viewers.
How much last week do you have?
Last week they had 712,000. So they dropped by
30,000.
Yeah.
That's not a big drop.
No.
If they stay around 700,000, that's fine.
Yeah, exactly. I think we're kind of getting to the point, whereas AEW did better with the big demographic of 18 to 49, but with a 0.45, I think. I don't know what the number means, but people who know TV does, and NXT got 0.21. Basically, more adults are tuning into AEW than NXT.
I think NXT is good until it doesn't drop under 600,000.
About to say, if it gets around to about the 500,000, 600,000 mark, then I think they're in trouble.
NXT hasn't helped themselves due to the fact they've gone to 2 hours.
Yeah.
Because they've took away that indie feel.
Yeah.
Exactly. It doesn't feel like NXT like it did feel before. It doesn't feel like 1 hour,
No.
But this week it felt great. It did feel good.
I don't want to be horrible, but NXT, I really don't feel have the talent to fill a 2 hour schedule.
No.
No, there is just no people that care, You
What?
can see YouTube views, you can see whatever. People don't care. Why would they care about someone that I don't even know who that person is?
Yeah, but
And that's the big issue with NXT. They don't have characters.
no, they're not showcasing new talents. They're basically just prolonging what the talents that are already established are doing.
Oh, it's like me and you've discussed though, isn't it? It's no longer a development brand, is it? It's now it's a third brand.
Yeah.
In Vince McMahon's world.
I mean, they're basically using the Spirit Era, Matt Riddle, Johnny Gargano, Finn Balor, and Tommaso Ciampa. Those are the people. If you ask someone who is Keith Lee, that person won't know who Keith Lee is, despite that we know who he is. So that's a sad. It's sad because he is a goddamn good talent, but people just don't care because they're not invested in the character.
But it's harder for AEW as well because they've got to establish a lot more stars than NXT have.
But going back to, he's just said Johnny Gargano. I just feel like I need to ask the question as to what happened to him in his main event, his main roster.
Tommaso Ciampa got injured. They didn't want them as single stars. They wanted them as a tag team. So as soon as Tommaso Ciampa had to go out, Johnny back to fucking NXT. They had no intention of making them single stars.
I'm actually glad you're on back.
He's annoying me. He needs a new thing. He needs
Who's that, Gargano or Ciampa?
Gargano. His whole Johnny wrestling thing, in my opinion, has just worn itself out now.
Yeah, I would do something like, because we have right now Balor Gargano feuding. I would have Balor beat Gargano or something. I don't know. And Ciampa could beat Cole for a title, and Gargano could be jealous, and he can do whatever he wants to go at the top, and he can turn on Ciampa, and they can feud. In this case,
I don't think it'd work. I don't think you could have Gargano turn on Ciampa, because that's just like a switch around, isn't it? Like Ciampa turned on Gargano.
Yeah, but it's WWE. They don't remember stuff after 2 weeks. That feud never happened until they need it to remember.
Yeah, but as soon as it happens again, and people will just turn around, it's the same stale crap every time.
Unfortunately, it is. I mean, NXT is trying a few new storylines, which is a nice thing, but some of them are just not hitting the mark.
I mean, knowing Vince, he's probably gonna turn. I don't want that to happen, but I mean, the guy's probably going to turn Balor and Cole double turn something with Undisputed Era or something. I know Vince. You know how Vince looks at Cole. He thinks that he's Shawn Michaels or some shit like that.
Yeah.
At first, we all thought that he doesn't care about Cole, but I'm just worried that someone doesn't get buried. That's my only issue.
Oh, he is going to bury a lot of those guys in the next.
McMahon.
That's my issue, because if you know one thing, if Cole gets if Balor turns on whatever, if Balor wins the title by the help of Undisputed Era and Cole is babyface, you just know Cole is going to fucking bury Undisputed Era involved. And that's my fucking fear. I'm afraid where this may go, because there is so many opportunities that they may go with, and I hope they don't screw up anything.
They definitely are. Undisputed Era are fucked. Cole is fine, but the rest of them are gone.
They haven't got.
That's what I'm saying.
The problem is they have no star power without Adam Cole.
No.
Yeah, but the dollar, they're still, I don't know. I'm just worried that I don't think. I think right now what they have is good, and I think Balor should be his own star. I don't think he needs a stable right now, but I think where things are going, we may see actually Balor turn heel. I mean, turn
face.
Cole turn face and Balor join the Undisputed Era, but I just don't know why would that happen. It doesn't make sense, but like you said, with WWE, nothing makes sense. So.
I think the only way you could go forward for the Undisputed Era, unfortunately, is the only star power really in the Undisputed Era is Adam Cole, Balor now, and Roderick Strong.
But Strong isn't even that much of a star power. They could kill it quite easily.
I think the two main people I'm really trying to get at that's going to hurt the most is Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah. This is going to go the way of Nexus. Because if they swap Balor out for Cole will crush the entire group. And like John Cena crushed the Nexus. And it's just going to go the same way if they take Cole out of the Undisputed Era.
You really think... I said that I think because of Vince and Triple H, there are marks for Cole. You really think they would have Cole destroy the whole Undisputed Era and Balor?
Yeah,
seriously,
I do. Vince is that crazy.
After he was the biggest heel in the company, basically, a few months ago, and right now,
I could.
That sounds crazy, dude.
But this is Vince McMahon we're talking about, who's potentially booking most of the shows. Anything could happen.
We'll see. I love the Balor Shield ring. I love it. Anyways,
we could just be reading too much into it.
I hope we are reading too much into this. But to be fair...
But there are people on Reddit and just having theories and that kind of stuff, so... but theories are not the joke when it comes to WWE,
No, this is the guy that came up with the Montreal Screwjob, for God's sake.
This is the guy who basically killed himself in an explosion.
Yes! Joe what? I'm glad someone brought that up. I just feel that NXT is the right time to retry that storyline all over again.
I think we should try that again.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Triple H should do something like that, but instead of a storyline, maybe there should be a really bump in the car by accident, I'm kidding.
I feel like we've got a bit off topic here.
We always do.
Okay, so let's mention SmackDown because we didn't mention SmackDown.
Unfortunately, I don't actually have the SmackDown ratings. They've not been released as of now, so we can't actually talk about SmackDown. No ratings have been released from anywhere.
Yeah, any topics that you...
SmackDown was trash. Okay, while we're talking about SmackDown, they so changed the audio in that first segment.
It was horrible.
You could tell the crowd were nowhere near into that segment as they made it look on TV. No.
Honestly, SmackDown is terrible.
Like when they said, "Oh, we'll do the match for the main event," there was about 6 people in the crowd cheering, and you could hear in the whole arena doing cheers. There was about 6 people actually reacting in the crowd because they did a crowd shot. It's just a load of crap.
When I've seen that segment when SmackDown opened with Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair, I was like, "Oh my god, this is gonna be cringe," and it was. And by the way, what the fuck is Chad Gable wearing? Like shorty feet.
Oh, Jesus!
He's about to drop a new album. Is he NBA player? Is he excited for NBA season? What the hell is he wearing?
Basically, that whole costume for Shorty G is basically a shovel and him actually being buried live on camera.
Yeah.
You know what? If they wanted to bury him and go all the way, at least if you want to bury him, go all the way. And
do it.
Instead of Shorty Gable, instead of Shorty G, they could have just called them Shorty D. I think Paul Heyman would love that idea.
I'm not gonna lie, but this has been my problem with WWE for the last quite a few years. This is why I start really hating it, and I don't watch it as much as I should. It's the fact that during the Ruthless Aggression era, which I am main part of, I watched a lot of guys come up. Yeah, there was still the golden shovel, but talent was still thrown out there. Like, it was still put out, and not much talent got buried. Everyone worked the hardest. Yeah, there was the odd few, but talent was never buried like it is now. And unfortunately, WWE, like we've said, isn't the be-all, end-all, is it now anymore?
Not anymore.
And unfortunately, I could honestly say Chad Gable would probably benefit from either jumping ship to AEW or getting himself down to NWA, because I tell you what,
or TNA, literally any other goddamn company.
Any other company, because he is a profound wrestler. He is a wrestler, technician.
Yeah, this is a career-ending gimmick that they give.
Oh yeah, this is where it all starts every time.
The one thing that I hate is consistency with characters. You have God, who was putting 5-star matches with Adam Cole, Classic with Matt Riddle. He goes on the main roster on SmackDown and he is buried by Strowman.
And then Kalisto, and then Strowman again.
Yeah. And I have to mention another thing, sorry. Roman Reigns is saying that Baron Corbin's crown and doesn't mean anything, King of the Ring. Well, why are you saying that? I mean, I get it, but that means that King of the Rings, WWE is basically telling us WWE doesn't mean shit. So
the King of the Ring doesn't mean anything anymore. The King of the Ring means nothing.
But you try and build it to mean something.
It always has meant something. The problem is you had people. Take a look, Austin.
But the tournament was good.
The tournament's right. When look who they chucked it on. Austin, boosted to the top. Triple H, Brett,
Owen Hart.
They was all boosted.
Yeah.
And unfortunately now it is literally thrown around as a joke.
Even Booker T got boosted like hell with it.
I'm not being funny. Out of all the King of the Ring, I feel Booker T pulled that off the best.
Oh yeah, definitely. King Booker was amazing. But while we're on Chad Gable, did you hear his justification for his character?
There is no justification.
He basically said it's to show determination, overcome your shortcomings. Are you taking the piss, mate? You are basically just throwing your career down the toilet and trying to say, this is a good thing.
Yeah, but when this whole gimmick started, someone posted up and said Chad Gable in person isn't even that small.
He's not. He's about 5'8".
Wow.
He's only a few inches shorter than us, but obviously, because to Corbin, yeah, of course he's short.
Yeah.
Because Corbin's like 6'3". I'm short compared to Corbin.
I mean, I don't like it. I don't like that they're making fun of King of the Ring because of those people that won before. I think it's disrespectful to Triple H who could give to Steve Austin. And even in 2019, 14, 15, when that happened with Wade Barrett, it was still a joke. He didn't do anything after King of the Ring.
But just Shorty G is probably got to be one of the worst gimmicks I've ever seen in my life.
And speaking of that, King of the Ring, whatever it is, what we got the segment. Why is Cesaro coming out and having a match, teaming up with Corbin and who was there? Corbin and I don't even know who the hell was there.
Corbin and Nakamura, because apparently they're doing this whole thing where Sami Zayn's not wrestling, so he got someone to replace him for the match.
Well, the people want to know the real reason why he got replaced, so Sami Zayn couldn't take a pen, so Cesaro could take a pen.
Yeah, pretty much.
Can I just say, going back to Shorty G and saying that is the worst gimmick ever,
I've seen.
I've got one more person that I feel had the worst gimmick.
Okay.
Wait, let me see if I'm okay. Take. I'll see later on. Come.
Ready?
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Slam Master J.
Oh God, that was awful.
What the hell is that?
You are lucky you don't know who that is.
Fucking hell.
Oh.
I've seen something much worse.
If you Slam Master J, you remember Jesse with Festus?
Yeah.
That was his gimmick before he left the company. Jesse's
I've seen
gimmick before he
something
left.
worse. I've seen something worse. Are you guys ready for this?
Yeah.
A guy who is playing a fucking video games while wrestling on a tablet.
Oh
So
my.
he's playing Nintendo while wrestling.
Are we serious?
I'm serious. There is actual video.
Oh my God, that is just awful. Jesus.
So yeah, we live in 2019, people. 2020.
Oh God, they need to sort out some goddamn gimmicks.
Yeah.
Now, while Ben's being a pizza boy, let's move on to our next story. Here he is. He's bringing me pizza because he is a good little lackey. Just leave it in the hallway. No eating on camera. So yes, Carlito is on the verge of a potential WWE return.
Oh, really?
Xavier Vega did an interview about
Do you
him.
even know who Xavier Vega is?
No.
Hey, fucking tough.
He said, I talked to Carlito last week, said, go up there and get a contract, get whatever money you can get, because he keeps getting higher, because obviously he's a hot commodity. But this comment makes no sense. You're not going to make that kind of money on the street. I think Xavier Vega's not realising that most wrestling companies pay decent money now.
Xavier Vega is still stuck in the past of WWE is the be-all, end-all.
Who is he?
Xavier Vega, part of the Nation of Domination.
I
Ah.
remember that.
I'm a wrestling snark, I know what I... Fuck off!
I know about modern stuff. I shut the fuck up. But yeah, I
Nobody
want.
knows who the fuck he is, okay?
But yes, we do need Carlito to return. We definitely need Carlito to return because he was one hell of a talent. Him, MVP. Get both of them back.
MVP needs to come back.
He does need to come back.
As he said, when he left the WWE, the door was left open.
Why won't he return? I would put them in AEW. They'll probably get very less.
The problem is, if you're bringing Carlito back, he needs to be a Fiend and a Brock Lesnar. I don't think you can... He needs to be put on a part-time contract
Yeah,
and not to show up, like,
every week.
every week. He's not needed for that.
No.
Like, I feel like they need to put a belt at, like, either the United States or the Intercontinental to at least give one of them belts some sort of fucking
prestige. They're not doing bad with the US though, with Nakamura holding it.
No.
Who is the Intercontinental Champion? Stefan, who's the Intercontinental Champion?
I think it's Shinsuke, right?
Then who's US?
Holy shit. It's AJ Styles. She didn't defend the title for...
Oh, I completely forgot he was champion.
Who?
AJ Styles is US champion.
Maybe I'm wrong.
There you go. That's already answered the question. That is how relevant them titles are.
I can't even remember who off the champion. I only remember Nakamura because he was on the show yesterday.
It is Styles. It is Styles.
Right, so just so we can refresh everybody's memory. Styles, US champion. Cole, NXT champion. Asuka and... Kairi Sane, women's champion, tag champs.
They are the most irrelevant belts in the
They
world.
are. Bayley and Becky Lynch are the women's champions. Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly are NXT. Lesnar is WWE. Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson are the SmackDown tag. Eric and Ivar are the Raw tags. Kaylee Ray, NXT UK women's champion.
I don't know who that is.
Leo Rush. I think we need to talk about him.
Ooh.
And how he's had the Cruiserweight title put on him now. And that it's been put onto NXT.
But 205 Live is still a thing.
So somebody should correct Adam Cole and mention to him that Undisputed Era doesn't follow the Golden NXT.
Exactly. Oh, wait, Finn Balor could go and get the Cruiserweight Championship if he joins. Then they would hold all the gold. You get a woman, so she's holding the women's.
The problem is, and this is my issue with it, is it's just going to be, if they do that, it's just going to be another time where they've all got to be buried. And they'll all have to lose.
Yeah, I don't get when they all hold gold.
Because it makes them look weak.
Yeah.
What did you say, sorry?
If Undisputed Era hold all the gold and actually got every single bout, it just make them all look weak when they lost the bouts.
I mean, they honestly have all the belts. Like, who the fuck cares about the Cruiserweight title?
Everybody cares about it because Leo Rush made it mean something.
Okay.
Leo Rush, out of all people.
Did you see his match against Tony Logan?
That title
Good match
was
or not?
irrelevant before real Leo Rush. So,
And that's only because he got it on NXT.
and they're still keeping 205 Live.
Why? Who the fuck watches 205 Live?
That brand becomes so irrelevant so fucking quick.
Because they fucking were trying to book it like a soap opera. They were literally trying to book it like a soap opera.
It got that. That is the story of burying.
Yeah, because Alicia Fox thing was basically what fucking ruined the entire thing. It wasn't about match quality.
Well, literally, I'm just noticing how far we go off topic here. Like,
Yeah, that's kind of the point of a podcast, just talk about wrestling.
I mean, you can also blame Enzo.
Yeah, he didn't help the belt situation.
He did.
how?
Because as soon as he won it, he got done for rape. I mean, it was a few months after, but his antics didn't exactly in the ring kind of scream champion.
But it was never... Yeah, but Enzo was good. That was the first time in a long time I thought Enzo actually was putting on some of his best work.
But his work was still not good. Half the time he scraped by to retain the championship, and he never really...
Tom, he is a great character.
Yeah, great character.
Yeah.
But he didn't bring the belt any prestige until Pac actually won it. And then Austin Aries was having matches with Pac, and Austin Aries is a cunt.
Oh, he's so whiny.
Such a little bitch. It's mainly that Impact. When he left Impact is what soured my opinion on him completely. You do not leave a company like that. Oh, because Bret Hart did it. I'm going to do it.
Bret Hart's an established name. He was established.
And he left because... He only did that because he literally got screwed.
And wait, is he vegetarian or something? Is he vegan?
I think he's
vegan.
That would explain it.
Well,
Shout out to my vegan friend. Down with veganism.
Screw him, dude. You're gonna eat pizza right now, so who cares?
That's it. We're going to be anti-vegan on this stream. But yes, if anyone... While we're on the next story... the rumor is going around is that the Steve Austin podcast will be returning next year in possibly January or February. Which is
that's how the money is good.
first quarter.
Yeah, January, February, March, April.
Yeah, shut up.
Yeah.
That's second quarter you only yet. It's only 4 quarters in a year. Every 4 months is a quarter. You have the first quarter, January, February, March, April.
Yeah, that's what I've just said.
Yeah, it'll be happening in the first quarter of that, probably in January or February.
Fact, no, that's a lie. The first quarter is actually January, February, March, because for a quarter that has to be 4, and you only get 12 months in a year. 3, 6, 4.
Anyway, Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast returning. I like the idea.
I don't think it should be associated with WWE.
No.
Yeah, why the hell would you want to be associated with it?
But I'm surprised Vince McMahon didn't have a heart attack when AJ Styles kept talking about TNA on his.
I'm surprised Vince didn't drop that when DDP showed up at AEW.
When what?
DDP showed up on this week's AEW. Yep, that's DDP never working with WWE again.
Yeah, that's twice now.
Yeah.
Mate,
I'm wondering if he is out the Hall of Fame, or WWE Hall of Fame. No.
Like I remember there was some comedy act that was going to appear on SmackDown for the first Fox show, but they appeared they were present at an AEW event, so they immediately just cancelled their appearance because they were at an AEW event. Basically, like what they did to the Highlander member when
Rory.
But it was his real name that got displayed, not his WWE name, and he got fired for it.
Which was a shame because the Highlanders, they were an absolute immense team.
He actually just went, that was my kind of way to get fired. It was something that only me could get fired by doing that. Probably how.
I have a suggestion. I think we should keep discussion on one topic because other people know what the fuck we're talking about.
Just enjoy the ride, guys. We're just chatting shit about wrestling.
Hey, I actually prefer this guy, so this podcast is great.
Yes.
In my opinion, it's much. So.
Exactly. We can get him on featured if you want. Might be cool. But let's get on to a serious issue. Xavier Woods is out for up to 1 year with a torn Achilles, which, if you're not aware, is at the back of the ankle. And it's a very serious injury. He could be back within 9 months because it's different for a wrestler dealing with it than, say, a footballer, because you do a lot less speed in wrestling compared to. I feel
with Xavier's injury, this will prove who the main attraction is for the New Day.
Yeah.
And I believe that Xavier leaving Xavier being out is going to be a killer because we've discussed this, haven't we already?
Yeah.
Like Kofi and Xavier could do it if Big E wasn't there.
They've already done that. They had to do that for like 8 weeks, and everyone loved it. But Big E has not got personality.
No.
He has not got much personality compared to Xavier. He's just a powerhouse. That's all he is. He's just a powerhouse of the group. Xavier's a comedy, and Kofi can be the serious guy, but also puts on the most athletic wrestling of the group.
Yeah, but that goes for both. That goes both him and Xavier because Xavier is an athletic.
He is a great wrestler.
He is very underrated in my opinion.
Yeah.
Very underrated.
I do believe that those three were saved by the New Day. I will always say that.
Oh yeah, definitely. All three of their careers, they wouldn't. I don't even think any of them would be in the company at this point.
No.
If they had not joined together.
I think they're gonna break up right now.
Yeah, I could see a heel turn by Big E.
Yeah.
On Kofi, yeah.
I just hope we don't get that match at WrestleMania because I don't think that's a main event.
Oh God, no! That would not be a Mania-worthy match.
Not Kofi and Xavier.
No,
Kofi and Big E.
No, if it was Kofi and Xavier, then yes.
I don't. Big E's just sloppy in the ring. He is sloppy. He's one of these that requires everyone to help him
Yeah.
to carry a match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
So yeah, shout out to Xavier. Hope you heal up quicker.
Yes, mate, we want you back as soon as possible. Now let's go on to people that might return that we don't care about. Ronda Rousey will be back according to Triple H.
She took to tail and fucked off though, didn't she?
Yeah. Did you see her finger injury the other
That was disgusting. Bleh.
Okay, now...
Did you notice how quick that whole conversation about Rousey died?
Yeah. Because no one cares. Where's the one I want to get rid of? But yeah, let's move on to more important things. We've got an update on the Rusev-Lashley storyline, which I'm actually really enjoying.
Oh, God.
You don't like it?
No.
I'm enjoying it. First off, Rusev was confirmed to have been arrested for the attack on Lashley, even though Lashley should have been arrested as well because he attacked Rusev as well.
I'm not going to do the arrests anymore. I don't care. That's so lame in 2019 to have arrests like that.
You want storylines like real life? People get arrested. But they are now going to have a divorce court this Monday.
Hosted, let's get this right. Hosted by the one and only piss taker himself, Jerry the King Lawler.
To be fair, it probably would have been better if Ric Flair did it because he's been divorced like 7 times.
Well, that's a bathroom break for him, too.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm not being like this. I will agree with Tom. I do believe that this is one of those storylines that is playing out very nicely and it is keeping track. It's not been killed after a week.
No.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Do you think, like, how much Vince is crazy? Like, the guy is insane. We all know that.
Yep.
Vince McMahon is an absolute genius.
Okay, what if
Nicholas.
they, on the next Raw...
He's a fucking genius.
Listen, they have Lana turn on Lashley, and Rusev turns heel, and Lashley turns babyface. Imagine that.
It could all be the payoff.
Well, it's Vince McMahon.
I've got to say, they've booked this storyline better than they booked the fucking Roman Reigns Attacker storyline.
That was an absolute flop.
Yeah, they did not have consistent booking with that fucking thing. It wasn't Daniel Bryan, it was Daniel Bryan, that was not Daniel Bryan.
Then it was Eric Rowan, and then it weren't Eric Rowan.
Then it was Eric Rowan. It's like, what the fuck?
Then it might have been Luke Harper.
Who's still not actually signed a contract.
He ain't staying.
Fuck. They've pissed him royally off now. But if anyone wants to know, Randy Orton's contract expires in May 2020. So, AEW.
Yeah, he will go.
He is not going to stay. He does not... Like, people were saying he should stay there because he's that old and he just get a comfortable paycheck. People don't leave for the paycheck. They leave because they want to reinvent the character and explore new ventures. Look at Chris Jericho. He's 49 years old.
Yeah.
And he's reinventing the wrestling world right now. That's what Randy Orton wants.
A little bit of the bubbly.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, because you can see that Orton doesn't give a fuck about that. The guy is bored.
He is bored. He's highly bored.
You know, he looks like he doesn't want to be there. He's there for a paycheck. That's all. He doesn't give a fuck.
The guy is 39. He can still wrestle. He's still got a few good years left in him.
But do you think that's because of the way now he is not booked? Unfortunately, like you two probably won't agree with me, but I still believe that Orton should be a top,
Yeah,
a high class
He should.
champion right now.
he should.
Here's the thing. I think Tom and I can agree on this. Orton did everything. Okay, so in these storylines right now, he's like, fuck this shit. He doesn't give a fuck. But if there is a good storyline, if there is a worker that he can work with,
The last time
he will work.
last time he gave a shit was when he was facing Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
In that whole thing, you could see the look of interest on his face when they were in that Hell in the Cell match.
Yeah, but he's
You can really tell when he's bored and when he is interested in something.
Randy Orton is interested in working with new people. He wants to work with the veterans just like he is.
Yeah.
That's what Randy is because he knows that the veterans can help. They
But he doesn't want to
They
be
have
there
chemistry.
to put over people.
no. which is wrong.
It's wrong, but it's also right in the same way. Why should you have to put people over? Why should you be told you're going to lose to this guy just to benefit them when you still are technically still getting to the end of your prime?
I would say Randy Orton, and like Jericho, I'll even put Jericho in with Orton. Them two are at peak physical condition.
Yeah.
Even Jericho's a lot older than Orton. I believe Jericho is in the best shape of his career.
Yeah, he's not the greatest in-ring worker anymore, but he makes up for that. Orton makes up for it with character work as well. Babyface Orton never works.
No,
Ever.
No.
No, they want to turn Orton babyface right now on Raw.
Why?
Why would you turn Orton babyface?
He's bland, but he also hates being a babyface.
Oh, you can see that when he's working.
Vince will say, "Oh yeah, he's a veteran. Of course, he's gonna be a babyface because people love him." Like, shut the fuck up.
He is a sadistic motherfucker in the ring, and you cannot book a sadistic motherfucker as a babyface.
But tell that to Vince.
And this goes for a lot of talent actually. Like you people like Batista, Triple H, Randy Orton. A lot of them were killed to the PG era.
Yeah.
When Randy Orton started out with this whole fucking Apex Predator, that punt kick was one of the best finishes ever. It looked legit.
Yeah, until Kofi stood up and then he gave him a massive RKO for it. But yeah, and then he accidentally did it slightly wrong on Vince, and then it's banned.
Yeah, but that was Vince's fault.
It takes two to do a move. It's like they tried to ban the curb stomp. The pedigree's a fucking shit finisher compared to the curb stomp for Seth Rollins.
Yeah. Yeah, then tried to give him that lariat, that fucking...
Oh, that was fucking awful.
And then they had that fucking DDT bollocks.
Just give him I think it's called Blackout now.
It was Blackout.
Yeah.
No, it is.
It's a good move. It suits Seth Rollins.
It does.
But while we're on Raw things, 2 matches have been announced for this week's show. Coming up, Seth Rollins versus Seth Rowan in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Should be decent.
For the Universal Champion, for the Championship.
And Becky Lynch versus Kairi Sane. That should be alright.
I don't know. Like, that's fine, but this Eric Rowan, I don't know. Seth Rollins is so boring to me, I don't care about it.
Yes. Rollins is boring.
He is very... He needs heel. But they've kind of got him in a tweener role right now. Fully turn the fucker heel!
Dude, the guy committed the murder, okay? He tried to kill Roman Reigns, okay?
Basically tried to murder Bray Wyatt. Did you see the Firefly Funhouse where Bray Wyatt stood up and went, Seth!
Oh, that was awesome.
What, where about cried?
Why are you doing this to me, man?
Yeah,
best segment of the year. If we're going for segments right now, that's best segment of the year. Because that was just so brilliant. Even though it was fake fire.
When he got up and said Seth, I was like, holy shit.
And
I don't know why, but that was powerful.
Like, why are you doing this to me, man? But obviously, you got to remember, Bray Wyatt is the good side. So he's not going to be violent towards him. It's kind of what he is. He's the good side.
I mean, listen.
Yeah, but he never forgets.
No, he's referring to that to Fiend. The Fiend's his dark side.
He never forgets.
I know he doesn't forget. But Firefly Funhouse is good. Bray Wyatt is decent. Speaking of Bray Wyatt, he's on Miz TV on SmackDown this week.
I like it.
I like that. Also announced for that is... Oh, if you didn't see WWE Backstage, Baron Corbin attacked Roman Reigns, setting up for their match on Friday Night SmackDown.
I don't give a fuck about it.
I think it'll be an alright match.
I don't mind Reigns because he is in this position. I like him.
Yeah.
Like he is right now. But Corbin, the guy's boring.
Well, I'm sorry, I've just skim read everything.
Yeah.
I thought Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross were both on Raw.
No, they got a transfer after. Because apparently the draft doesn't fucking matter.
Like Bray Wyatt
So, what, Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss back on SmackDown?
Yeah.
Why do you like Bray Wyatt to SmackDown next week? Why do you... I mean, he shouldn't be... obviously Seth Rollins is going to come out or something's going to happen. I know it's SmackDown, whatever. But dude, I don't want Bray Wyatt to look like a loser on TV. So.
Yeah, but no, he won't come out because you got to remember, this SmackDown will be after Crown Jewel. So I don't think Seth will come out.
Yeah.
You got to remember this has been booked for after Crown Jewel.
The Fiend should have the title on him by now. Bray should have the belt. I
want them to swap it to I want Universal on SmackDown. WWE on Raw.
Why?
Why not? Why not?
Yeah, I mean,
It's the only way you can give Bray the title is swap it. Swap brands.
I don't think they will give him a title right now. I think, or the under. Oh, we need to do predictions, dude.
Yes, we will. We will get to that, mate. That will
I
be.
think. Okay, I'm gonna say something. You guys, Ben and I think you guys like this. I said to Tom. Or the match at Crown Jewel ends with Wyatt winning, or Bray Wyatt gets taken down under the ring by Undertaker, or I had a great idea of Rollins basically burning Bray Wyatt the feet, burning the feet, like burn it down or whatever. So they can make that look pretty fucking awesome if they want to do it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll touch on that later on.
Going back to your Undertaker point, I believe the Fiend needs the Undertaker.
Yeah.
One more time.
Because the Fiend could just crush
the
him.
Fiend needs to crush the Undertaker.
Yeah.
And I'm one of Undertaker's biggest fans.
At Mania.
At Mania, this needs to be the big pattern of the torch to Bray.
It must be, I think, casket or buried alive to end the Undertaker's career.
Yes.
Because that way you can have it as the Undertaker loses, he retires, and then you can literally have him buried or put in a casket, just symbolising the end of his career.
Yeah. I believe that Bray Wyatt is the only person the Undertaker should lose his career to. I don't believe he should lose it to anybody else.
No.
Yeah, I agree. He should not lose that.
But then we need to talk about Kane.
What about?
I feel he needs to retire that character.
Oh yeah.
He's too busy with his May things now. I think him and Taker need to get retired at Mania and have it done.
Yeah. Kane, Demon Fit.
No.
Why? You needed to pass up the torch to a slightly similar character. No one else could Kane really lose to that would mean anything. I can't think of anyone on the main.
Do you know what Vince do? Vince will say fuck Bray Wyatt and he will have Kane versus The Undertaker at WrestleMania.
No one would want to see that because it would be terrible.
What's that?
Kane versus The Undertaker.
No, they can't.
It's Vince McMahon, damn it. What the hell do you think is booking the shows? It's Vince.
Oh yeah, no, we get that, but it would be Kane and Undertaker again. It'd just be like Goldberg and Undertaker. They literally cannot carry each other.
No.
Yeah, I mean that doesn't need to happen and it won't happen. But I wouldn't be surprised if Vince would do something like that. I wouldn't be surprised though.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, other matches for SmackDown while we're still on SmackDown. The revival of taking on the New Day, I believe, for the titles. I think. And Bayley and Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville versus Nikki Cross, Carmella and Dana Brooke. That match sounds awful.
Get it right. It's Bayley versus and Fire and Desire.
Fuck off. That match sounds like it's going to be shit because you've got Dana Brooke in there.
I didn't realise she was still around.
Yeah. I mean, Mandy Rose isn't exactly a great wrestler.
Yeah, she's just tits and ass, isn't she?
Yeah.
Simple as.
Sonya Deville's got more wrestling talent than her.
Yeah. I believe the only two really out there are Nikki Cross and Bayley that are the decent ones. Fucking hell, that says something, doesn't it? The women's division will be highlighted at a house show.
Yeah. Let's move on to this. NXT are going to have an all-women's house show. because they have many women in the company. I've only seen about 5.
What? Why would you do that? What?
Apparently it's to showcase the women division.
I thought that's what Evolution was for.
That was the main roster. This is NXT. Yeah, this is going to be terrible, because how many women do they even have? Bianca Belair.
Hold on, I'll tell you who they have.
You get to NXT.
Guys, think about this as a live stream, okay? So, I'm telling to viewers. So, they don't think we're crazy. Because we're just jumping off the topic, just talking randomly. If this is off the script, we're just talking whatever.
Exactly, there is no script. But yeah, this is going to be an awful house show, because half the women's talent can't do shit anyway.
I think it's wrong to be an advertised on a house show.
Women's rights!
Oh, fuck off! We get it, there's women wrestlers, we like women wrestlers. Hire some decent ones then!
Instead of supermodels.
Exactly.
Don't push the fucking agenda.
Yeah, I hate when they push a fucking agenda. It really just pisses me off. That's what the whole Evolution was pushing an agenda about.
Yeah, if you want to use the person, just don't say anything. Because it looks much worse if you do something like that.
They also scrapped the idea of another Evolution pay-per-view pretty goddamn quickly as well.
Have they?
Yeah. Apparently it's too hard to fit it in the schedule. Yeah, I know, but yeah, you can fit your Saudi fucking shows in, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, but that's bare cash in it.
Ah.
Eddie Guerrero versus Yokozuna at the next one, innit?
There is too many goddamn pay-per-views.
Yeah, there are too many pay-per-views.
I wish they would more care about weekly shows and having a pay-per-view or pay-per-view or 2 every month. Like, it's too much.
I remember when pay-per-views used to have a meaning rather than conclude.
And then look at this piece telling us sell pay-per-views. They don't mean shit then.
No, they don't. No.
Don't have it.
You have like 15, 16 pay-per-views a year if you include the NXT ones.
They're more than that. If you include the NXT.
No, you only have 4 takeovers.
Okay.
Yeah, people are wondering why takeovers feel special.
The problem is they're starting to lose their luster as well at this point. Last one was quite disappointing for for SummerSlam weekend. That one, SummerSlam, was actually better.
Oh, you walk off. You can blame Johnny Gargano. That guy's fucking.
But AEW is doing it right where they don't have pay-per-views every month. You can't build a proper storyline in 4 pissing weeks.
No. A storyline has to be built over a good couple of months. And then you hit the pay-per-view and you conclude that storyline.
And you might want to carry it on a couple of weeks on TV, and then some proper can go on longer, but the majority will wrap up.
Yeah. And that's
I like what AEW is doing. They are, every week, they have a story continuation, so there is no matches that have no meaning or fillers. It's just storyline in every match. Everything means something.
And if they want to have a filler match, they'll put it on AEW Dark, not on TV.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're not putting
with Britt Baker and what's her name, Beth Priestley. It had meaning because they're feuding. So
yeah, I also liked the new woman that came from New Japan, Hayden something.
yeah.
She was good. She teamed with Brie Priestley in New Japan. That's what they need. Some decent women. You need proper women, not fucking models like half of the WWE superstars.
Yeah.
Just stop doing anything with Bianca Belair, please.
Is she not good?
I don't like her. It's just the hair whipping really just does not work for me. Just her overall character does not work for me. Anyway, while we're talking about AEW and that, Luchasaurus is expected to return in the next few weeks.
No shit.
He just suffered a strained hamstring, not a torn one, which basically is a lot quicker to heal from.
Oh man, I feel so bad for Jurassic Express if that's the case.
Yeah.
It was a bad timing if that's the case, because, like you said, a few weeks. I feel bad. They were my pick to win. They were my pick before he got injured. And people know I'm not the guy who was a big fan of Jungle Boy, but with Luchasaurus, it's funny as a team all over.
Yeah, they are winning me over. A lot of the talents are doing a very good job. Like Marco Stunt's work last week was really good. Me and you. Any of? Oh yeah, let's just go on to the Jim Cornette and then we'll do awards, because most of these other stories are. Jim Cornette is critical of AEW, surprisingly, because Jim Cornette, known for his level-headedness, he said the wrestling is supposed to be stupid and silly. That's in quotation. Crowds are squealing like pigs stuck under a gate on Twitter just because I tell the truth about their pin-headed outlaw mud show darlings. Half the AEW roster don't look like they could whip cream with a chainsaw. Whip cream with a chainsaw? The fuck kind of expression is that?
America!
I mean, Jim Cornette's not exactly the most level-headed person to give an opinion on anything. Yes.
Jim Cornette, goddammit.
I mean, I don't even know what point he was trying to make here. Yes, he's critical of AEW. Some people are. But that's mainly because he's one of the head people of NWA. Of course he's not going to say positive fucking things about them.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm critical about all companies.
He is a sellout. I know his bullshit. It's not the first time that he's bullshit. I have friends who knew him and who he basically turned on. His bullshit reviews.
He is a massive bullshitter.
He says one thing one day, and the next day he just pretends like, But guys, speaking of Jim Cornette, I have one question for both of you.
Yes.
Do you guys think that Jim Cornette is going to fucking die of a heart attack during his rantings one of these days?
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely going to die during a rant.
Okay.
I've got two bits of AEW news and then we have predictions for Crown Jewel. First off, the Rock and Roll Express are going to be presenting the AEW Tag Team titles next week to the winner of SCU versus Lucha Brothers, which will be nice.
Okay.
And AEW has now signed a English professional middleweight boxer,
Anthony Ogogo,
who was also he's an Olympic gold medalist. So they're getting new talent, which I like.
That'll be the second Olympic gold medalist in professional wrestling history.
But I say, I don't. Yeah, obviously that's for. Doesn't say what it was for though. Assuming boxing.
It'll be boxing, Tom.
Yeah, we've not heard another American wrestling one though. So yeah, nice to get new talent. What do you think, Stefan?
Well, what?
This
I'm
AEW.
listening, dude. Just,
Okay, let's just move on to the predictions.
wait, what did you say? Don't prove me wrong.
I said AEW have signed a Olympic gold medalist boxer.
Anthony Ogogo.
Yeah. I don't know who he is, so.
No, but I mean it's good that they're signing new talent. That's more. That's more of my point. That they're looking for more talent, which is good.
Okay, let's just continue because I'm honestly tired and I'm not fuck right now because there is 100 things that we're talking on.
Okay,
So,
let's move on to Crown Jewel predictions. Okay,
this is gonna be-
first match: Bobby Lashley versus Rusev. This has not been confirmed on WWE TV yet, but Alana did mention it was going to happen, so it will be a match.
Lashley.
Rusev.
Rusev because babyfaces win this kind of match.
Yeah. Then we're going to have a 20-man battle royale to determine the winner to face AJ Styles.
I'm so sick of these battle royals. And
Yeah. To be honest, I don't even know who's the contestants.
No, I don't either. So I can't fucking give you a prediction.
Let's see.
Dolph Ziggler.
He's a tag wrestler, and is also in that match. I'm just going to say Cesaro.
Yokozuna.
Oh no, Cesaro's in the match.
Yokozuna.
Chris Benoit.
Well, I say, like, he's always trying to book fucking dead blokes, so might as well fucking go for it, you never know.
Well, you know who's going to win?
Who?
Goldberg's brother.
But yeah, the 20-man Battle Royale winner going against AJ Styles, I'm going to say the winner of that match will win the title from AJ.
Do you think?
He's had it for a while.
Man, I would love to see Velvet Dream win if he was in.
Yeah, that'd be good. But look, I'm just going to go with whoever wins the Battle Royale will become the new US champion.
Yeah, I would.
I'm going to stick with AJ.
Tag Team Turmoil World Cup.
Is that fucking... No, it's not.
The New Day, Viking Raiders, Heavy Machinery, Lucha House Party, Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins, The Revival, The OC, Ziggler and Rude, and the B Team. Who we got winning this whole thing?
Are these people fucking mental?
Yep, they are.
For the greatest team in the world what the...
I've got to say, no one on that thing is, I would say, is even in the top 5 in the world.
No.
I'm going for the Viking Raiders.
Yeah, Viking Raiders.
Viking Raiders, I agree.
I'd say the Usos are probably the only tag team in WWE that are in the top 5 in the world. Because the Usos are fantastic. Mansoor versus Cesaro. Mansoor. He's that Saudi Arabian wrestler that they only bring out for Saudi.
Fucking sad that they're putting him over in Saudi Arabia.
But the thing is, the guy looks like he could be a competent wrestler, but this isn't going to help him.
I don't get it. They're pushing him in Saudi Arabia, in America. He is. So.
Has he even wrestled in America?
Yeah.
No. In NXT Touches.
Oh. But yeah, Mansoor's going to win, obviously. Yeah. Braun Strowman versus Tyson Fury.
Tyson Fury.
He's going to knock him the fuck out. Falls count anywhere. No ending unless it's a false count anywhere. No stoppage for any reason.
Seth Rollins burns Bray Wyatt down. Seth Rollins is going to burn the king.
So Bray Wyatt wins.
I'm going Bray Wyatt.
That's more like...
My heart says Bray Wyatt. My mind says Seth Rollins. WWE is going to fuck us over again.
Mm-hmm. Then, Brock Lesnar versus Cain Velasquez.
It's going on Kane. It's going to Kane.
It's going to Kane.
Lesnar. I'm going with Lesnar because they're going to target Kane's knee. That's going to be a story match.
Lesnar's so losing. And then we have Team Hogan, Roman Reigns.
Wait. That's the normal match.
What?
What, Brock versus Kane?
Match.
Yeah.
Normal match.
Yeah.
All of these are normal matches.
It's going to end.
I'm going to say Kane wins. Also, why do they have to call him Kane?
What's his name?
Yeah, but it's just really annoying. And then Team Hogan, Roman Reigns, Rusev, Ricochet, Shorty G, and Ali versus Team Flair's Randy Orton, Baron Corbin, Nakamura, Bobby Lashley, and Drew McIntyre.
Obviously, Babyface should win.
Yeah.
Who are you going for?
I've said babyfaces are going to win.
What, you're going to give it to Hogan?
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
This is a glorified house show. This is not a bit real.
About to say this is basically a glorified house show.
Well, in a nutshell then, I feel that... Alright then, Hogan's team will win. But you know why, don't you? Because it'll set up fucking Flair and Hogan to have a match.
Yep.
No, fuck off. In 2020, fuck off. I'd rather be dead than watch that shit.
Mate,
you know what?
Hogan and Flair are still relevant in the wrestling world.
Do you know the electric chair segments that Sami Zayn had? Maybe he should bring out that electric chair, and if these two have a match, I can maybe sit in that chair and turn up that motherfucker. Because I don't want to watch this shit.
Neither do I. It would be probably one of the worst pieces of shit.
Oh, it would.
And guys, you know what's the worst thing about this match? First spin, and it's over. There is no eliminations.
Really?
No.
Are you taking the piss? Why would you not have eliminations?
Yeah, your interest just went way down.
Yeah, it really has. I could give a flying fuck about a 5-man tag that's a 1 fall.
That's a good shit, though.
Have you just noticed how that whole pay-per-view has now been killed out?
Yeah. Are you joining me to watch it?
Yeah. If I get bored, I'm going home.
So about 5 seconds after it
Probably.
starts. It's on Thursday night, so as soon as I get home from work, I'm watching it.
Yeah. Okay.
It's also Halloween, so I'm wearing a mask.
Next Thursday.
Thursday coming up, yeah. Literally a few
Yeah, I
days.
think I should be able. Yeah, I'll be able to watch that show. I'm not work Friday, I don't think.
What?
I'll tell you what's wrong.
Okay. Anyway, let's get to our regularly scheduled awards. Because we.
Oh, okay.
Best show of the week was NXT. Congratulations, NXT has finally made the cut of the awards.
A great show, because I don't know what the fuck I was watching the past few weeks.
I'm about to say, the last few weeks have been diabolical. You wouldn't let me put them as a worst show. They deserved it. But yeah.
But you have people who are going to say, oh, it's Wednesday Night Wars between NXT and AEW. Why did you put NXT as the worst show? It's up because obviously Raw is then. Fuck off.
Exactly, this is my opinion. Our opinion. But yeah, NXT, I haven't actually seen it, but I've heard a lot of good things, so it can go for the best show of the week. The best...
Even I agree, AEW, by the way, was also a great show. The only reason this is NXT, the only reason NXT is the show of the week is because they really stepped up their game. And that Balor heel turn was awesome.
Yeah, it definitely was. That was probably one of the most effective, decent heel turns for a while. Bayley's was also amazing. They did a very good job with Bayley's.
Bayley buddies.
Just brilliant. The worst show of the week by far is SmackDown.
Yeah, they're much worse now in Fox than they were in USA Network, so. I guess Bruce Pritchard is working really hard to make this show better, huh? That's all. Vince is making the final decisions.
Out, Vince, stop making fucking decisions, please, because you're not doing a very good job of making decisions.
His
Do
kiss.
people want the truth about Eric Bischoff getting fired? He got fired because he didn't kiss Vince's ass like Bruce Pritchard is kissing.
Yeah, but that's always been Bischoff's problem. He would never kiss Vince's ass.
We shouldn't have to kiss Vince's ass. Anyway, best match of the week was the Lucha Brothers versus Private Party semi-final tag match.
Incredible.
That was probably one of the finest tag matches I've seen since DIY versus Revival.
Really?
WWE marks.
Yeah.
WWE, tag team wrestling can be fun.
I can't say
WWE fans don't know that.
I can't say AEW really put on a bad tag team match. They seem to really like tag wrestling, which I can agree with. 'Cause tag wrestling is probably one of the most exciting forms of wrestling, because so much can happen.
When done right.
Which is not what WWE do.
No.
Tag matches are shit. Unless you've got New Day versus Usos.
Yeah, but then you've got one issue.
What?
The whole problem with everything else is none of them get the chance to go one-on-one with The Undertaker.
I miss Teddy Long. That's how you saw us, SmackDown. Put him back as GM.
We're doing the worst match.
Yeah, worst match was that Lacey Evans.
Fuck Lacey Evans!
Exactly.
That match was just the fact that she walked around till the referee got to the count of 9, then walked in, punched her, and that was it. It was just fucking awful.
I have to say, I like the character.
Her character is good, but her in-ring work is just shit. No.
Fuck Lacey Evans.
Best superstar of the week is Finn Balor.
What a heel turn. What a heel turn.
Amazing. One of the best characters in the recent ever.
Yeah. And worst
I would actually put, by the way, I would put Rambling Rabbit as the best superstar, but he is, I guess, he would have a honorable he would be honorable mentioned after this.
Okay. Worst superstar, Braun Strowman, because why does he keep attacking Drew Gulak? Just stop attacking Drew Gulak!
This guy is going to get knocked out by a second. If this match goes anywhere, anything over 2 minutes, it's going to be Braun Strowman.
Yeah, because Tyson Fury doesn't know how to wrestle. Braun Strowman's capable at best. Braun's not exactly a competent wrestler, is he?
There's just too much going on the main roster. I really, really struggle to keep up with everything.
Just watch AEW, you'll be able to keep up just fine.
Strowman will need to change his catchphrase after he gets knocked out.
Yeah, I got these hands.
I got them hands.
I got his
By the
hands.
way, Memorable mention, Rambling fucking Rabbit, the GOAT is alive once again.
Yeah. The honourable mention, the bonus award, the best reincarnated character of the week is Rambling Rabbit.
Candy 2.0.
Just brilliant.
We love Rambling Rabbit.
Yeah, we do. And I think that covers all of our topics for this week.
Yeah.
Because it's nearly 1 o'clock in the morning and I want to go and eat my food.
It's almost 2, motherfucker. It's almost 2 for me. So.
I'm sorry, but...
We've got to relive a whole fucking hour in a minute.
Oh yeah, our clocks go back in an hour. That means Raw starts for me at 12. Raw, AEW, NXT, Crown Jewel, and SmackDown. It goes. The clocks change in America on next Sunday, so they go back to 1 hour, 1 a.m. after that. But for 1 week, I actually get wrestling at a decent fucking time. But yes, thank you for watching. Make sure you smash that like button.
I promise I won't do any more of these with you, because I feel like I already took everything off topic, so I just get too angry about wrestling.
You can join again.
No, you can join this. I think this is fun.
Yeah, definitely fun, so you can join again. That's the idea of a podcast. We don't have a subject, we just kind of talk about random shit.
Can we just go back to one thing?
Oh.
Fuck Lacey Evans!
Fuck Braun Strowman for fucking Gulak! I want to see the PowerPoint presentation for once!
And also, fuck SmackDown!
Oh, fuck Finn Balor.
You leave Finn Balor
He's
alone.
gonna cry around the world because he turned heel. Oh my god.
Finn Balor's heel turn was amazing. But anyway, we're gonna just, before we end, take 10 minutes to end. Thank you for watching. Like, share and subscribe. Thank you everyone for joining. It's been a lot of fun.
It's been nice to do a podcast.
Yes. And we shall see you
Bye-bye, Alex.
all soon. Bye.